Hinata MATATA. What a wonderful phrase. Ladies and gentle mages, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode with ManaMan. Today, we got a juicer for ya. We've got Hinata MATATA. What a wonderful phrase. That's right. We got Hinata, Dawn Crown. This is the new Karen spirit creature from Kamigawa. Flying Trample. Spells you cast one less to cast for each target. Not just one less if it targets something, one less for each target. Spells your opponent's cast one more for each target. So there's a lot of different ways that we can make this a little bit busted here. I wanted to start off with our two cards that are the most prone to being able to use it. Magma Opus is going to deal 4 damage divided as you choose among any number of targets. So that means you can target up to 4 things, and that's going to make this cost 4 less. How busted is that? Tap 2 target permanents, create a 4/4 blue and red elemental creature token. So you're going to be able to deal 4 damage to any number of targets, and then that's 4 targets right there. Tap 2 target permanents, another 2 target permanents, and create a 4/4 blue and red elemental creature token, and then draw 2 cards. The Magma Opus is absolutely busted with the Hinata Dawn Crown. I mean, look at that. It's basically free. It is ridiculous. That is absolutely insane. If you can get Hinata Dawn Crown as well as the Magma Opus out, the value is just the sky's the limit. The sky is literally the limit as high as this Pegasus spirit thing is flying. But enough about that. We do have got the Goldspan Dragon because we want to be able to get a lot of treasure tokens out as well. So Goldspan Dragon is obviously an obvious choice. We've got the Crackle with Power. Crackle with Power deals 5 times X damage to each of up to X targets. So if you want to cast this, if you want to be able to use this for, say, 2, usually it would be 8 total mana, so 2 red, 2x, 2x, 2x. But if you cast it for 2, you're getting a discount of 2, so it's really 6 instead of 8. So that's actually pretty gosh darn cool. I'm pretty sure I did that right. Kind of doing this on the fly here. Yeah, I think that's right. So Crackle with Power, every time that you do more damage, you're going to be able to do 5 times the amount of targets you do, and again, as long as you have Hinata out, and even if you don't have Hinata out, it's still kind of a win condition. So 2 Crackle with Powers is pretty awesome here. I love March of the Swirling Mitch. Again, it's another Kamigawa card. I like this card a lot because you get to protect your creatures, and if you use it with Goldspan Dragon, you actually can phase out your Goldspan Dragon, and then you get another treasure token because you're targeting the Goldspan Dragon. So the Swirling Mist and Goldspan Dragon are just so good. Unexpected Windfall for a little bit of draw power and more treasure tokens, because treasure's cool. Army bucko. We're after Army buried treasure. Draconic Intervention. Obviously, we're going for Draconic Intervention because we've got Magma Opus, and Draconic Intervention can be dead versus creature, or not creature decks, good lord, versus control, but we do have a few different ways to do some discarding. We got the Celestus, which is very nice, so we can do the Celestus and the Unexpected Windfall to discard these cards if they get a little bit too clocky. So I think running 4 is fine because we've got different ways to get rid of it if it's too much of a hand clogger. But other than that, we got the Smoldering Egg. Smoldering Egg is going to be absolutely wonderful because, yeah, this is just the classic. This is the classic deck. You pull out a Smoldering Egg, and then you use Magma Opus, and you just get an Ashmouth Dragon like that. For free. It just becomes an Ashmouth Dragon, and then from there, we all know what the Ashmouth Dragon does. Deals 2 damage every time you cast something. So, Hinata MATATA, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be using this. Hopefully we're going to be able to just target some things. This is kind of a control deck, but we're going to be able to just go crazy with target practice here. Gonna go a quick little shout out to the Seat of the Empire, the Crucible of Defiance, and the Soaring City, just because the lands are so pretty. Gotta give them a little shout out. Kamigawa lands are so pretty. So this is Hinata MATATA. What a wonderful phrase. Let's go ahead and get ready to vanquish some enemies. Irony is rich. How are we doing here? I agree. Irony is quite rather rich. Let's see what we got going on here. Lunark Veteran. Ooh, so what are we going against? Some cleric action here? Okay, well, I want to go into a Smoldering Egg pretty early here, so let's go ahead. Do we want to give up our Jwari Disruption because we're on the play? I guess we'll go with the Sundown Pass and we'll think about it over. It's always close. Let's see what they want to do. If we knew that they had like a Righteous Valkyrie turn 3, we definitely want to use a Disruption. So the Moon Dancer, okie dokie. We're already looking pretty sweaty here. The Smoldering Egg is probably not going to be very good. Not going to be able to wall off this Moon Dancer. So, fortunately, we do get the Draconic Intervention. That's going to be very good. If we get like a Magma Opus, it's not really the greatest right now. So we're definitely going to keep the Jwari Disruption open. The Smoldering Egg, if we play the Egg, the Moon Dancer is just going to stomp right over it. So I don't want to do that. Cleric class, oh wow, that's not good at all. We can't even counter that. So down to 15 we go, and there's our Magma Opus. That is our key to victory by far. Holy Moses. So, okay, let's drop our... I think we can just... There's a bunch of things we want to do here. So we definitely going to have to get Magma Opus into the grave so that we can go for Draconic Intervention. Alright, I think we're just gonna do nothing. Like, right? We're gonna play the Mountain, and then depending what else they have, we just go for the Opus. Because we need this Opus in the grave to get the Draconic Intervention out, because we are definitely going to need to wipe this board. I can already tell they're going to get huge. So, they actually are a little bit low on land, which is nice for us. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and take this. Alright, if they would have played like a Righteous Valkyrie, I might have disrupted. I don't know. But either way, let's go ahead and make over for lost time. I don't know how that saying goes, but either way, we'll go ahead and do that. And now, what do we want to do? I think we can go for this. We can go for the Celestus. Yeah, let's go for the Celestus here, and then we can go for the Smoldering Egg. This way, the Smoldering Egg is really awesome, because when we play the Draconic Intervention, this is obviously a dragon, so when we use the Opus, we wipe the whole board, and we're fine. So they are starved for land here. I guess we're still going to block here. If they want to gain life or something, that's fine. So they're going to go ahead and gain 2 life, that's fine. We'll be, oh wow, they actually, Fortifying Drought. Okay, so they actually just wipe over us really bad there. Okay, well, I think it's time to go for the Draconic Intervention. There's no better time than now. So let's go ahead and use this, get rid of our Magma Opus, go ahead and exile all of these cards here. Very, very satisfying to get that out of here. And now we can just pass the turn. So they're still kind of starved on mana sources here. Righteous Valkyrie, no, we were worried about that. Let's go ahead and use Jwari Disruption. Get that the heck out of here. And now we're in pretty much control mode from here. This feels a lot better. Now we go for Hinata MATATA. What a wonderful phrase. So Hinata comes out, and we can actually use March of the Swirling Mist to target it, to phase it out, because spells we cost are going to cost 1 less to target, and our opponent's spells are going to cost 1 more to target. Pretty awesome, pretty awesome. So I think this is kind of the time we take control, but we'll see. We also can use Crackle with power with this, which is really, really interesting. So they're going to go for a Righteous Valkyrie. Okay. Okay, we got to be a little bit careful because they do have 24 life, but we'll be able to swing in here. So, pretty cool, pretty cool. We have another Jwari Disruption. You'll love to see it, you'll love to see it. So let's go ahead and swing in here. I want to get their life totals down here. If the absolute worst thing come to worst, we can actually use the March of the Swirling Mist. So yeah, let's go ahead and turn. We'll let it go nighttime here. I'm actually going to take this action. I do kind of want to, I do need at least 1 more land here. So 1, 2, yeah, we need at least 1 more land. So we'll actually get rid of another Hinata. We can also protect it with the Swirling Mist. So having a second Hinata doesn't seem that good here. So we want to be wary if they can get down to 27 life. Okay, actually, I don't think we mind here. Yeah, let's just say 2. That's not the end of the world or anything. Okay. Yeah, sure. And now we do have a Goldspan Dragon, which the Goldspan Dragon is going to be amazing here. Let's drop this for red. We need a lot of red in this deck. So I'm going to go for Goldspan Dragon. Come out, Goldspan. It's been a while. Woo, look at that animation. Just so beautiful. I'm actually going to go swing in here. I don't think I'm that threatened. We can also go for Jwari Disruption. We can go for Swirling Mist if they get crazy. So yeah, I think I'm actually just going to swing in. Is that crazy? Go down to 12. I know we have 6 life, and that might be a little bit too aggressive, but it is what it is. We can also go for 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3 would make 6. Target 2. Don't think we can do that just yet. So Crackle with Power is going to be an excellent finisher for the Hinata. And if we use Swirling Mist on the Goldspan Dragon, we actually get a treasure token back, so that's actually awesome. The Swirling Mist is 10 out of 10 card in this deck. I don't know why you'd be attacking. That's a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird. I mean, you are not exactly in the best position in life total yourself, so guess we'll take it. Let's see what else they got. So they're going with the Lunark Veteran. Okie dokie. Can't use the Jwari Disruption on that. They are going to gain life from that, but it is what it is. So they're going to go ahead and gain, what, 2 more life because of the Cleric class? Okay. Okay, so my turn now. We get some more land. We love to see it. And at this point, I think we're going to be having enough for lethal because we're going to use Crackle with power. If we swing in, that's going to be 8. So, yeah, let's go ahead and just swing in here. Create another treasure token here. I got to do the math here because I'm not going to lie. I thought this would be an excellent card. So if we do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if we cast this, I think we can use this for... Not 5. Not 5. We could go... that. I don't think we could do that. We could do it for, no, not 3. Come on, 4, right? I haven't even done the math. Let's see if we can do it for 4. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh my God, I don't want to mess this up. I'm so sorry. So sorry, this is not good for the viewership content. I've got to make sure I'm clicking everyone. We use auto pay. We use 4. 4 times 5. We kill the whole board, do 20 damage. And that is a very awesome finish. Hinata, MATATA. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more Magic deck videos every single day. So, I actually made a huge mistake. You're going to see a little bit of a thing behind me. I am an idiot, and I accidentally muted my mic, but this match was so good that I wanted to have this featured, so I apologize if it's a little bit weird having another version of me behind me, but that's the reason why. So, we start off with the match, and we just go ahead and play our Sundown Pass because we want to get into a turn 2 Jwari Disruption. Okay, not a big deal. So, the Ambitious Farmhand comes out. Not a big deal or anything. They're going to go ahead and get another Swamp here. Or Swamp Plains. Now we can go for our Pathway, and now we can at least set up for the Jwari Disruption. I never like to go with an Expressive Iteration on turn 2 because it just feels wrong. You don't get that extra land value, so definitely want to set up for our Jwari Disruption. And we know that they like to play the winning announcement as well, so definitely want to set up for a Jwari Disruption here. And they are going for wedding announcement because this is black-white control is very, very good. So, but thankfully we get to disrupt that thing because wedding announcement has a lot of value that is going to be able to get. So let's see what else we got here. Now we go for our Expressive Iteration. The Expressive Iteration, obviously a classic card, and we actually don't get any sort of land here. That's always a disappointment when you don't get land out of the iteration because that means you can't exile it and play it for essentially free. But we do get the Crackle with power. I think we end up taking, what, the Crackle with power here? Yes, so we take the Crackle with power. We just ditch the Draconic Intervention, and this is kind of a weird choice, but I take the Fading Hope, and I use the Fading Hope. I know that the Farmhand is going to be able to get another plane, so it kind of gives them extra value, but I think in this matchup, I'm not really worried about value so much, so we do take a land, and we definitely want another land, so we do take that, and we pass. So not really the best thing here, but it is what it is. We still do have a Draconic Intervention that we can wipe the board with. This Welcoming Vampire is not very welcome. We do not want to see this thing. They do draw a card, and the Welcoming Vampire, it's going to be able to get a lot of value accrued over time, so definitely not the best here. But, you know, kind of an awkward spot here because we can't really use the Draconic Intervention or anything. So, you know, we're kind of just sitting here. We can't really use the Magma Opus. We can discard it, but we can't do anything. The Crackle with power actually is not a very good thing to do with right now. So, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and pass. Again, I cannot believe this is the first time it's ever happened, but this was such a good match that I accidentally muted the mic, so not gonna mute it this time. So, Ambitious Farmhand, okie dokie, not a big deal. They do draw another card, which is unfortunate. We're going to have to get rid of this Welcoming Vampire because they just keep drawing cards, which is really, really annoying. So they drop down a Swamp, and they go for the Professor of Symbology. At this point, I think it's most important just to set up the Magma Opus and discard it. So, yeah, we're definitely going to just discard the Magma Opus and then use the Draconic Intervention. We can actually take the... Let's wait for them to attack here before I explain this. So we're going to go down to 16, which is unfortunate. But we can use the Magma Opus here. And because we get a treasure token, we're going to ditch that. And then we'll be able... I'm already like looking up way ahead of this. Magma Opus. Yep. Discard. Take a treasure token. And then now we can play a Goldspan Dragon with this land that we're about to play. Again, I don't know if in the original clip I was explaining something. Yeah, I'm flying my hand around. Look at that. Look at that. The first time I've ever muted my mic. It was bound to happen one time, so Now we go ahead and drop our Goldspan Dragon, and because if this lives, which I'm assuming it will, because well, they got only one untapped land here, so we're gonna go ahead and drop our beloved Goldspan Dragon. I absolutely love this Goldspan Dragon. I have no idea what we're waiting for. I think I'm explaining that what we're about to do, so don't mind me there. We love the animation. The animation is so beautiful, and now that we have 2 treasure tokens, we can go straight in for a Draconic Intervention and just clear the board and be able to keep our Goldspan Dragon. Very awesome play. Take away the Magma Opus. We clear the board, and iTwitch does not get to learn because obviously it's exiled, and we're still sitting with a Goldspan Dragon. So how wonderful is that? Pretty good power play. 16-16, all tied up. At this point, it's genuinely a pretty big nail biter. Pretty big nail biter, depending on who's going to win here. So, opponent decides what are they going to do, what are they going to do. They're going to go with Soaring the Mirthless. Okie dokie. So they get a 2/3 black vampire creature token. You know, it is what it is. Environmental Sciences, so they kick up their life a little bit, up to 18. And we get another Crackle with Power. This Crackle with Power is actually interesting, because now this Crackle with Power, 2 of them, starts to, you know, get the wheels churning, because Crackle with Power deals 5 times X, and because we're going to be able to generate more treasure tokens, we're going to be able to use Goldspan Dragon and really crank up 2 of these Crackle with Powers. And this is kind of our opening here, so let's go ahead. I mean, I don't think we play it yet. I think, again, in the original clip where we were explaining what the Crackle with Power can do, normally we want to get Hinata out with the Crackle with Power, but we actually don't need it in this case. It's just kind of a beast all on its own late game, so we're going to swing with the Soaring. I believe they're going to, yeah, the best move for them is to chump block and save their Soaring, so they're back up to a healthy 20, but now we get to use Crackle with Power, and that is very, very cool. 5 times X, and I believe with the treasure token that gives us 2 treasures, we're going to be able to do this for 8 mana, so we go up for 2, and then we can do 10 damage to 2 targets. So we kill the Soaring gets obliterated, and we take half of their life down to 10, so we're sitting very, very awesome here. 10 life. Another Crackle with Power actually is lethal, so pretty good move here, right? So let's see what they want to do here. This actually breaks my heart into 2. Like, it just rips my heart in half when they do this move here. I already know what's coming. The Meathook Massacre, and this is so bad for so many reasons, because now they go up to 11, and oh my gosh, it's such a nightmare, because now our Crackle with Power doesn't kill. Now our Crackle with Power, yeah, we can do 10 damage to 2 targets, but it doesn't matter because they have 11 life. So we're just 1 off of lethal, and I'm sitting here and I'm not going to give up or anything because, you know, it is what it is. But this is actually the downfall of them. This is the downfall where it starts to go into our pivotal favor. They're going to use Confront the Past, and they're going to go ahead and use Soaring. And Soaring, they go ahead and use a -2 with lifelink. And now here's our opening. Here's another little bit of an opening. We can go with Draconic Intervention, but unfortunately, we don't have enough of the Draconic Intervention. We don't have a spell in our graveyard worth 3. So we can't actually play it and get rid of our token here, because the token has lifelink, and again, the lifelink is just, we just can't let them get into any more lifelink. So it's going to be very, very important that we use Fading Hope here. We can actually use both. I don't even remember what we do, but I know for sure we use Fading Hope, and we actually scry. Now we actually scry away this land. What we were thinking at the time was that we need a Hinata. We need a Hinata so that we can lessen the Crackle with Power cost, so that we can get up to 15. If we can do 3 damage, we go up to 15 rather than doing 10. So that was my thought process here. But fortunately, they don't have any lifelink or anything, so that's really awesome. And this is where it takes a turn for ManaMan's sake. They use a wedding announcement, that's fine, that's whatever, it is what it is. And let's see, I think they use Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Yep, so we're not looking good here. I mean, we're obviously looking at an onslaught here. We can't really do anything. The Hive of the Eye Tyrant is an untouchable asset. We can't really touch it with the Draconic Intervention, because Draconic Intervention is a sorcery. So we go down to 10, and this is where they get interesting. They take Soaring, and they use the +1. They use the +1 instead of the -2, so they go back to 10. That little eye twitch is going to cost them the game. They go back down to 10, and we draw a land. We got lucky. We scried away our land, but we just drew a land anyway. So we're going to have Crackle with power, and now we just have just enough to be able to do 2. We kill the Soaring, and we go for game. How epic is this win? I had to put this in here. Sorry for muting the mic. Awesome. Snd01, how are we doing here? Let's go ahead and keep this sucker right here. Feeling pretty good. Got the Celestus, got a Draconic Intervention. We're going to need to get into something a little bit juicier and bigger later, but we'll worry about that when the time comes. So we're going against Mammoth. Okay, well, we're probably going against some sort of control, so I guess we'll just play the Mountain here. I don't want to go into the Expressive Iteration, really. Or do we? Then we've got enough land. We do give up quite a bit of value, and we want to go for the Celestus on turn 3. So I guess we'll play it. It doesn't feel great doing this. We actually, oh my god, what in the world? Well, we got all land here. We'll go ahead and take this just because it can actually target a creature. We'll just go ahead and click some buttons here. Not gonna matter because it's gonna go away. So that's a big old oopsie. It is what it is. We can at least go for the Celestus, and then that'll give us enough for a Fading Hope. So we're getting kind of flooded with land here. That's not really a big fan of that. But I am a fan of the Celestus and being able to have a Fading Hope. Let's go and put all this nasty land over here. We're going to need something a little bit juicier to play eventually. Kazandu Mammoth, pretty easy Fading Hope spot here. We'll go ahead and just Fading Hope this away and be nice and annoying. We'll go ahead and get the Expressive Iteration. That'll let us dig into our deck. I love digging. Let's go digging into our deck here. And now we get some cool stuff. I guess we'll put this into our hand. We'll put this into our hand, and we didn't play our land drop yet, right? So we'll put this into our hand for later. Put one of them into our library, and then I guess we'll get another Expressive Iteration. Sure, we'll play Expressive Iteration number 2. And we're definitely putting the Hinata into our hand. And then one of them back into the library, the egg. And then we'll play this so that we can actually play this for red. We'll play this for red because we already have a white source, and Hinata is actually the only white card we're playing right now. So it's looking good, looking good. We got an Old Growth Troll, not too worried about that. The Draconic Intervention can actually take care of the Old Growth Troll if we get something a little bit bigger into the graveyard. And we can actually deal with it with the Seat of the Empire as well. So we got a lot of different ways we can deal with that. But for now, let's drop this for, I guess we'll go for blue. Doesn't really matter a whole lot. I guess we'll go for a Hinata. Yeah, we want to get the Hinata out just so we can get Magma Opus out. And yeah, it's going to be in turn. The Magma Opus and the Crackle with Power are just the key cards here because they have X targets. So you can target as many times as you want. And it costs that much less for each target. So Crackle with Power. Oh, Blizzard Brawl. Oh, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Okay. So unfortunately our Hinata is going to go bye-bye. Let's see if they want to play something big and fat here, because I'd be tempted to use the Magma Opus at that point to drop it in for the Draconic Intervention. We're going to take 5 here. I think what we want to do is... We can always use Seat of the Empire, so I'm not too worried about it. We'll go ahead and use Seat of the Empire. We got Swirling Mist as well. I think we'll be okay for now. I think we'll be okay. We'll drop this for... I guess we'll just go red, because like I said, as long as we have the Deserted Beach, I'm not too worried about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just one off of being able to use the Magma Opus. And I guess we can just pass turn. This will go Knight, gain a life, take the action. We get another Crackle with Power. That's actually pretty funny. Do we want to keep the Crackle with Power or the Swirling Mist? I think we'll get rid of the Swirling Mist right now. Don't really need the Swirling Mist. We can phase some stuff out, but that just kind of... No, we don't want to do that just yet. So we'll get rid of the Swirling Mist. I don't think that in this matchup it's very good. So let's see what they want to do here. They're going to go with Cura the Bound the Sky. Unfortunately, when this dies, it gets its ability, but with the Draconic Intervention, this is actually also a dragon, so never mind. Never mind. We can actually tap it, but yeah, this is actually not good. So I'm going to go for the Seat of the Empire here. We're going to go ahead and just kill this Old Growth Troll. Alright, so that's what's so nice about these lands, is that they're pretty much free value. You can always use them. They're not going to be able to use this just yet, and I guess we'll go for my turn. We got a Smoldering Egg, but that's not that good. That's not that good, because this Boundless Sky is going to be able to just keep peppering us. So we'll go ahead and get out our Smoldering Egg. And this is kind of not good. I guess we're going to use the Celestus. That's really the only thing we can do. because this is a dragon, so I'm not really worried about using Draconic Intervention. We'll go ahead and use the Celestus. Go ahead and just gain it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just do this and get another land. That's kind of what we need here. So I guess we'll get rid of the Intervention. I kind of want to get rid of the Intervention because they can do other stuff too. So, but Crackle with power at this point is pretty good. I guess we'll just get rid of the Draconic Intervention because this thing is a stupid dragon, which is annoying, but it is what it is. Now we have enough mana for the Magma Opus. So this is going to be kind of close. Oh my gosh, invoke the Ancients. Okay. Okay. We can get rid of this as well. So not the end of the world. We can get rid of these things. But this is actually pretty cool. Mono Green Stompy is actually quite formidable. So they're going to go with Sculptor of Winter. We can get rid of these things with the Crackle with power. So not all is lost just yet. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. My turn. Let's see what we want to do. We got another Magma Opus. Dealing 4 damage isn't the greatest thing here. So I guess we'll go with Crackle with power. And we can go what? 1, 2, 3. And then we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2. So we can actually do this for 2. So we can deal 10 damage to 2 targets. Is that kind of what I'm getting here? And then we can evolve our Smoldering Egg. I think that's pretty good. But we can also go for Magma Opus. I think we're going to go opt for the Magma Opus. So let's go ahead and end the turn. And then we'll be able to flash in our Magma Opus. It'll go nighttime. Love to get the Celestus. I guess we'll take the draw just in case we get something cool. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be worth it. We're going to say no to that. We can also tap some stuff as far as doing damage as well. So we're definitely going to tap these spirits. So another Invoke the Ancients. My goodness. So probably it was probably a mistake to get rid of the Draconic Intervention at this point. But yeah, you live and you learn, huh? So if they're going to go into the battle step, this is the time we're going to cast our Magma Opus. Untap Snowland. Okay. Okay. Are they just going to go super duper, ultra mega duper wide here? With a Mammoth? Another Old Growth Troll. Okay, so we need another Draconic Intervention. We just got rid of it. Okay, we are not playing so well here. So we're going to say, okay, they're going to go into the battle step now. And we're going to cast the Magma Opus here. So we're going to deal 4 damage. I'm going to deal the 4 damage straight to the dragon here. So just all to you. And then tap 2 permanents. We're going to tap you. And then, yep, just all the 4 to you. And that's going to do it. We're going to be able to go into Ashmouth Dragon now. Draw 2 more cards. This is going to die. I'm assuming they're just going to make a spirit. Yeah, a spirit creature token where X is the number of lands you control. It's going to be a 6/6. But they are so big and wide here that I am very afraid. So we're just trying to get into another Draconic Intervention, which is kind of hilarious, but embarrassing at the same time. We'll go and get rid of that Celestus. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're so a ways away from being able to use any sort of Crackle with power with any sort of meaning or conviction. Woof. What do we want to do here? I think our best play is to use Crackle with power and use it for 2, and then we can just hit them 2 times. Yeah, we can do that 2 different times as well, so that's kind of cool. I guess we're just going to go for Crackle with power, and, no, we can't do 3, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We gotta do this for 2. For 2, ManaMan, come on, let's do math. Math is hard. And we'll do at least kill 1 creature, because our... Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this. Kill the strongest thing they've got. Sure. And we'll deal 2 damage to the Sculptor of Winter. We're just going to clear the path. We're just going to clear the path here a little bit. So we'll do 10. And then we're not going to swing, because this is a lot of damage that they've got, and I am a little bit afraid. And our win condition is just going for Crackle with power. So we're actually probably just going to... What? Azika's Chariot, that's fine. We're actually just going to be chunk blocking here. Blocking at any cost. So Kazandu Mammoth, and yeah, they can't do any power-ups or anything, so I'm actually just going to be blocking here. And looks like we got just enough power. Wow, look at that. Look at that. So we're going to take 12. I don't think that they know that we have another Crackle with power. So if we didn't have Crackle with power, we'd be losing. I love Crackle with power. This card is an absolute beast in this deck. Unfortunately, we need a Hinata MATATA, but we don't even need the Hinata MATATA. I always call it the Hinata MATATA. But the Hinata is actually pretty good here, because it's supposed to go with this, but we don't even need Hinata for this. We're going to do this. That is going to be a good game. We're going to deal exactly 10. There's no way to gain life. We're going to give him the GGs. Good game. Crackle with power, baby. So we're back at the hideout with the post-game wrap. Definitely gotta say, this deck was a blast to play with. If you get Hinata out, and then once you start getting all the targeting stuff out, now a lot of times Hinata, they know once they get Hinata out that they have to get rid of it. So a lot of times, you know, it is a little bit difficult to protect it. Obviously, the Swirling Mist does help a lot. Jwari Disruption. There's a bunch of different ways to help it out, but getting off the Crackle with power and the Magma Opus with Hinata does come off to be a little bit difficult, because they know that they have to get rid of this thing like immediately, and they know that's the win condition. But other than that, I mean, it's very, very fun deck to play. I think being critique wise, the hardest matchup is by far Control. Just going against classic Control with like Memory Deluges and you know, what else do they run? Memory Deluge, even like Behold the Multi, anything that's just classic Control, the Hullbreaker Horror type of stuff, that is going to be your worst nightmare of a matchup. We can't do much against them because our deck is made to be kind of control-y, but it's a little bit more mid-range than that type of Control, if that makes any sense. So your classic Kraken Control is going to wipe the floor with this deck, honestly, just to be honest with you. But you got to get ready for that. Every other deck, you got a pretty good chance, and this is really awesome. So go ahead and leave me a like. That's the deck. The like button looks just like that. So go ahead and leave me that. Go ahead and subscribe, like, comment. Tell me how ugly I am in the comments. Just do something, because it really helps out the channel, and I appreciate all of you. But until then, I will see you on the next episode. ManaMan, out.